Thank you. How wonderful to be here tonight, and what an honor and a privilege to read with a fellow finalist. Thank you. Through the windows of the dining area, the hotel parking lot shone darkly in the cold rain. The lights above the lot were on, casting a weak yellow glow in the mist. At the offensive lineman's table, Gil spoke of the tiny hinges of a dollhouse roof. His Mark May jersey was radiant against the dun breads of breakfast. At a nearby table, the conversation drifted inevitably toward vasectomy and timeshare. Wesley said they could now cauterize the vas deferens in a scalpel-free procedure. Gary was adamant about an A-frame chalet in the Smokies. Vince heard the men out nodding, but he said he was just not ready. Suit yourself, Gary said, leaving the table for more instant oatmeal. Later, the men pulled their chairs away from their breakfast tables. They had nowhere to be until 10 o'clock. They sat, leaned back, crossed their legs at the ankles, at the knees. They drank coffee, picked at pastries. They talked, read complimentary newspapers, played games on phones, took photographs of themselves, stared at the mute television. One man worked a crossword, another put new laces in his cleats. Another used the sharp corner of a business card to remove food from his teeth. Another performed a magic trick with a quarter and upside-down cups. George did chair yoga. Like the dog that licks its testicles, they refilled their coffee cups because they could. The coffee was bad, but its poor quality served to strengthen the community. The day was in front of them. The dining area, seen as a whole, appeared to be a sight of both great torpor and great vitality, as the sheer variety of indolence manifested as an energetic bustle. If asked to specify the best part of the weekend, not one of the men would think to name this languorous interlude in the dining area, and yet there was no time better than this. This was the best time, this brief span of Saturday morning. It was not an event, could not be named or considered. Consequently, the men could enjoy it without pressure, anxiety, or self-consciousness. Indeed, without awareness, they could enjoy it without enjoying it. If they were aware of it as a potentially enjoyable event, post-breakfast relaxation 9:15 to 10 in the dining area, then it would almost certainly cease to be such an enjoyable event. Disappointment was the freight of expectation. Unbeknownst to the men, this was what they came here for every year. They were enjoying their morning, but they did not realize it. The good moments, it is true, were always this way, interstitial and unacknowledged. They craved occasion, but did not understand it. Halfway through their lives, considerably more than halfway in several cases, the men knew nothing of their own vast contentment. A woman entered the dining area with a boy. She paid no attention to the men in their jerseys. She briefly surveyed the continental breakfast. Then she filled 2 cups with orange juice and put lids on the cups. She wrapped food in napkins and began to arrange the food in her large purse. The boy, 8 or 9, shuffled away from her, peered into the fruit bowl. He withdrew 2 apples and an orange. "Don't touch anything," his mother said. His mother said, without looking up from the buffet. The boy turned toward the dining area and he began to juggle the fruit. The men tapped each other on the shoulder, shifted in their chairs to watch. They knew too well how it would end, the bruised fruit rolling beneath tables. The boy scolded once more. His face glowed with concentration. He had taught himself to juggle in his bedroom, and he was good. He would not drop the fruit. The men began to relax. They began to miss their own children. It was the best kind of missing, without pain or ache. They did not actually want to be with their children. They had fond thoughts and were grateful for the distance that generated those thoughts. "Let's go, Brian," the woman said, "right now." She zipped her bulging purse and walked toward the lobby. As abruptly as he had begun, the boy stopped juggling. He wiped each piece of fruit with a napkin, placed them into the bowl, and then jogged after the woman. "We're late," the woman said. Gary, tugging at the neck of his Lawrence Taylor jersey, muttered an unkind word about the woman, and Jeff laughed. The more thoughtful among the men were more thoughtful. Thank you.